You are looking live at the beautiful Jayco Arena in Middlebury, Indiana, where tonight it's a top 10 showdown in Indiana high school basketball. The 5th-ranked Columbia City Eagles have soared into Middlebury to take on the 6th-ranked Northridge Raiders on this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. And welcome inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth alongside my business and broadcast partner, Angelo Carlo, and with the former Mishawaka standout, Craig Heatherly, patrolling the sidelines. It's Chuck Freeby, and it's so great to have you with us on a Friday night in the Hoosier State that produces a wonderful matchup to watch tonight. We saw Columbia City last year in the regional give St. Joe, the 3A state champ, everything they wanted in that game. Most of those players are back, and they want something more this year than just a sectional time.
Well, you're looking at Landon Richmond, one of their star players. He averages 20 points and 8 rebounds per game, but they got 2 players that are going to go NAIA. They have a Division I baseball-bound player as well, very athletic group. They're 17-3 on the season. They want a regional championship last year. They were denied that. They felt like they could have went really far. They feel like they can go really far again.
But the Eagles coach, Matt Schaus, knows his team is about to get a test here tonight.
It's one of the biggest tests we've had, thus far. Definitely the biggest or the best big man that we've seen so far in Shoal. But just overall, like I mentioned the other day, like they're super skilled. They play extremely hard. It's out their home court. Super well coached. So it's going to be a big test for us. But I know our guys are up for it. They love competition and finding ways to win in tough environments.
They face a Northridge team that is 19-1. The Raiders' only loss came at Goshen on December 20th. And when I look at the numbers, I say if Brady Scholl's not on the Indiana All-Star team, there ought to be an investigation.
24.9 points, 11.8 points per game. Unbelievable season that he has had so far this year. He's committed to Indiana Wesleyan. He is the stir that stirs every drink for this team, including the three-point shot, because he's so dominant inside. If you try to double team it, he can kick it out to a Hayden Johnson, who, by the way, had 9 3-pointers on Tuesday night. So they've got some weapons to go along with Shoal. There's a reason they're 19-1, and they're very hungry. A team that has never won a regional championship that would love to make some damage in the state playoffs this year.
In fact, these seniors haven't won a sectional, but they know they get something that prepares them for the tournament tonight. Scott Radiker, the head coach, had those comments just moments ago.
Really good on offense. They got multiple guys who can score in multiple ways, and it's definitely going to stress our defense a little bit, but we know it's going to make us a better team playing against these guys tonight, so we're excited to see, how we respond to this.
Craig Heatherly joins us on the sidelines tonight, and Craig, the tournament is still 10 days away, but this game with 2 top 10 teams certainly has a tournament feel. So how much can it help these teams, and can it at all hurt them tonight?
Yeah, when I was a coach, I was an optimistic one. And I think both of these coaches are optimistic coaches. This game does nothing but help both of these programs going forward. But this isn't any other game. This is a top 10 matchup. It's going to require a higher level of focus, preparation, execution. It's going to bring up a higher level of anxiety for these players. But what this game will do is it'll provide these coaches and these teams the ability to reflect upon how they did in those areas, and that will better prepare them for tournament time. But Chuck, the lights are on. The popcorn's popping. Let's get this show on the road.
Well, we've got a ways to go here in the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show. Up next, our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. Forget about those guys at ESPN. Keep it right here on Sports Michiana. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price.
2 years of free road hazard protection. Sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now.
All set.
Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Now's the perfect time to lock in speed and savings from Surf Internet. Get fast fiber internet with free professional installation, starting at just $30 per month with AutoPay. Plus, lock in your low price for life with no contracts. Visit surfinternet.com today.
Now's the time to get fiber fast internet as low as $30 per month with AutoPay and free professional installation. Lock in speed and savings from Surf Internet. Enjoy fast fiber internet, no contracts, and a price lock for life. Visit surfinternet.com.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, the right policy at the right price. And it's time now for our Tony Letcher Health Markets Student Athletes of the Week. We have a pair of basketball seniors here with us from Northridge, Hayden Johnson, and from Columbia City, Trey Deckman. Trey is a member of the basketball team, member of the baseball team, has a 3.92 GPA. How do you balance everything?
I try to get a good mix of how I balance my schedule. I try to make sure that as much time as I spend in my sports, I spend in my schooling as well. My mom's always instilled in me to keep good grades in school, help me get scholarships, make college cheaper down the road.
Trey's also an outstanding baseball player, committed to play at Ball State next year, even has a possibility of getting drafted. How excited are you for the future?
Yeah, it's exciting. I have no idea what it holds right now, but whatever it is to come, I give all glory to God. I want to be in this position. Without him, without my family, all my friends, whatever it holds, I'm super excited for it, though.
What does being a Columbia City Eagle mean to you?
It's all about the people. I love all my friends. They're one of the reasons I've continued to stick with basketball, or else I probably would have given it up a lot sooner than I did. But we all love each other a lot. We play for each other. We play hard, so that's what I love about it.
Trey, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Hayden Johnson, a senior at Northridge High School, member of the basketball team, a 4.1 GPA. How do you balance everything?
Just making sure I stay on top of my assignments. I think a big part of what's helped me be a successful student is having a good group of friends in all my classes, and just making sure I still have fun in class and not just making it so serious.
You'll play basketball at St. Francis next year. You'll study business. You've gotten a little taste of business through the family business, and that's working at the Ruli's Food Truck. Yeah. What's that been like for you to work with your grandparents?
I mean, just getting to see the day-to-day and like how restaurants run. It's just kind of naturally pushed me towards business.
And then how excited are you for going to St. Francis?
Oh, it's beyond excited. I can't wait. I'm very blessed to have this opportunity.
What does being a Northridge Raider mean to you?
Beyond the basketball side, I would say that being a great teammate and just having fun in the locker room and stuff, and making sure to represent my community in the most positive way.
Hayden, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Trey, congratulations one more time. Trey Deckman, Hayden Johnson, our Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We've got a top 10 showdown here in the state of Indiana. Opening tip-off and the starting lineups between Columbia City and Northridge is next on the Sports of Michiana Game of the Week.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes fourth and long feel like first and goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. They are honoring the Northridge girls swim team here before the game with Columbia City. And while we have a quick moment, let's check out our Lilliard Insurance keys to win. Well, I guess that didn't time out very well because we are getting ready to honor America. They have put the spotlight on the American flag at the far corner of the arena. And we honor America with the playing of its national anthem. Our Star-Spangled Banner played tonight. As the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show moves on, we get ready for the starting lineups in this one. And here's Angelo DiCarlo.
All right, let's start with the road team, Columbia City, 17-3 on the season. Ian St. John is a 5'9 sophomore guard, averaging 9.4 points per game. He's got 43 threes so far this season. Owen Marshall is a 6'4 senior guard, 13.6 points, 4.6 rebounds per game. He is committed to Bethel. Josh Eberly is a 6'1 senior guard, 5.3 points per game. Landon Richmond is a 6'4 senior forward, 20 points, 8 rebounds per game. He's committed to Huntington. And Trey Deckman, a 6'4 senior forward, 6.8 points, 5.7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2.4 steals per game.
Let's check in on what the teams are wearing, brought to you by It's Tops in Mishawaka. I realize in the dark it really doesn't matter what the teams are wearing, but Columbia City is in black uniforms tonight with gold numbers and script and maroon trim. And the Northridge Raiders, as you see, in the home whites with the green numbers and the gold trim. That's brought to us by our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka.
Northridge starters, 19-1 on the season. Thad Campbell, 5'8 junior, 1.8 points per game. Carson Rumfeld is a 6'2 junior forward, 6 points per game. Hayden Gorball is a 6'2 junior forward, 6.7 points per game. Hayden Johnson, a 6'1 senior guard, 13.6 points per game, had 9 threes Tuesday versus Lakeland. And Brady Scholl, 6'7 senior forward, 25 points, 11.8 rebounds per game, and he is committed to Indiana Wesleyan.
Keys to win being brought to us by our friends at the Lilliard Insurance Agency. Columbia City wants to set the tone with defense, make sure Northridge is one and done on the boards, and handle the pressure. For Northridge, they've got to protect the paint against the penetration of the guards from CC, defend the arc against good three-point shooters, and then shot selection, not be harassed into bad shots. The series history brought to us by OSMC. This is the 23rd meeting between these two programs. Columbia City leads at all-time 12-10. They first met in 2004. Northridge won by 10 down at the Birdcage in Columbia City last season. Opening tip-off is being sponsored by Babsco, and our first quarter being brought to us by our friends at Southwind Flooring. And the tip is controlled by Columbia City. Owen Marshall lost the handle on it, and here comes Northridge with a record of 19-1, including wins over Penn, couple of wins over Riley. They beat Westview, handed the Warriors their only loss this year, and Northridge's only loss was to Goshen. Thad Campbell feeds Brady Scholl for 2. So Scholl, the 6'7 senior, headed to Indiana Wesleyan, gets Northridge on the board. Here comes Columbia City, 17-3 on the year, including wins over Homestead and Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian. That's Landon Richmond on the drive. Scholl blocks the shot, and Richmond gets it back. Josh Eberly down to Richmond, who's going to go against Scholl again and have to kick it back outside. Trey Deckman, you met him in the pregame, the young man committed to play baseball at Ball State. And his pass is knocked away, but recontrolled by Ian St. John. Here's Owen Marshall. Down to Richmond in the paint. Over Scholl, he blocked it again. Wow. Here comes Campbell for Northridge. Thad Campbell kicks it outside. Hayden Johnson had 9 3-pointers the other night against Jimtown, but stepped out of bounds. It'll be Columbia City ball. Here's the KZRV replay of the block by Scholl.
Brady Scholl had 2 on this possession, and you know what? This is a battle you're going to see in the Crossroads League for the next 4 years. So Landon Richmond versus Brady Scholl will be a fun battle coming up in the NAIA Crossroads League.
Those 2 block shots give Scholl 60 now for the season. And Brady mentioned to me this week when I came to talk to him at practice how motivated he was to have a big game against Richmond. But you know what? Landon Richmond's motivated as well, and he comes back and sticks the jumper. He's averaging almost 20 points a game. Tied at 2. Scholl backs down his man and couldn't get it to go. The rebound to Deckman.
Deckman, the one defensively covering Scholl on that possession.
Richmond tries to drive on Scholl, got loose for the jumper and hits. Tell you what, Landon Richmond will get into his bag with moves, and he is a good field goal shooter. But if you give a guy like Hayden Gorball a path to the basket, he's going to take it. And Gorball, the 6'2 junior, ties this one at 4.
Nice pace here early on for two teams ranked in the top 6 in their respective classes, as you would expect here deep in the regular season.
Remember, Columbia City, a 3A school. They used to be 4A, dropped down to 3A last year and won a very exciting sectional at Northwood before losing to St. Joseph in the regional. Richmond tries to drive the baseline. Everly. Now Owen Marshall with a little right-hander that goes. Marshall, the 6'4 senior and a first-team All-Northeast 8 Conference selection, puts the Eagles out in front. Hayden Johnson tries to answer and does. It's sponsored by Springer Dental Care. And Hayden Johnson, who had 9 of those the other night, hits his 51st 3 of the season.
And Springer Dental Care voted best dental provider in Elkhart County. Get back on track with all your dental needs. Schedule your next visit at one of their 6 locations. Check them out at SpringerDentalCare.com. Go Northridge.
Josh Eberly answers with a 3 sponsored by Bowen Health. Eberly with his 21st three-pointer of the season. But Johnson is right back down the floor. Couldn't convert on that one, but the rebound to Carson Rumfeld. Johnson tries again. That one's short. Rumfeld will feed it to him again. This time Johnson for 2. And Matt Schaus livid on the Columbia City bench at the lack of rebounding there.
Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit psmsports.com to schedule your free consultation. PSM's performance training. Earn your edge.
Nice cut by Eberly, and he lays it up, no good. Scholl battles for the rebound. It's a held ball. Alternating possession will go to Northridge. Our officials tonight, we've got Craig Fott working with Michael King and Vance Carlin. And as always, the IHSA looking for more officials. If you're interested in our area, get a hold of Jimmy Arnett at the St. Joe Valley Officials Association. Thad Campbell tried to throw. He thought Scholl was cutting in. He didn't. And a rare turnover. Meanwhile, the shot blocked by Hayden Johnson. And Johnson has the ball carom off his foot to Deckman. Marshall open underneath. And Scholl blocked that shot. 3 on the way and buried that time by Trey Deckman. It's sponsored by Bowen Health. And it's a 12-9 Columbia City lead. Eagles have had the hotter hand from 3 points early. Scholl thought about pulling the trigger on a 3. Instead, he'll step inside the line and hit.
Wow. Some have wondered, does he have the range of a guard, which we might have to play a little bit at the next level? Well, he certainly shows it there.
Columbia City up by 1. Nice drive here by St. John working on Campbell, and he couldn't get it to go. Scholl boxes out well for the rebound. Thad Campbell starting tonight for Northridge because of an illness to Freeman Schleybaugh. Schleybaugh is dressed. Campbell playing with a shoulder, you can see the wrap on it, wearing number 11. As Scholl turns and tried to bank it home, but it wouldn't go, and the rebound comes to Deckman.
I don't know if he tripped over his own feet, but it was a little off balance there.
Marshall drops it off nicely for Landon Richmond, and he has 6 in the first.
Before the game, we feature our Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana and a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect.
Johnson misses on that, too. Here's an open 3 for Eberly, and that's off the mark. But Richmond kept the rebound alive. Richmond finds Eberly underneath, and his pass goes outside. Marshall lost it out of bounds. It'll go to Northridge. And that was where the presence of Scholl underneath kept people from shooting.
Well, he's just such a dangerous force. Already 3 blocked shots so far in this game. Alliance Truck Group in LaGrange says, Go Raiders. ATG is a family-owned company that specializes in building sleepers for all types of trucks, customizing them to the needs of each customer. Check out Alliance Truck Group at trucksleeper.com.
Parker James is checked in for Northridge, as has Jake Scholl, the younger brother of Brady. Hayden Johnson outside. Deckman continues to guard Brady Scholl. Scholl, who's also a very good passer, and he showed it there as he fed James and Landon Richmond, who's called for the foul. And Parker Janes, the 75% free throw shooter, will take free throws sponsored by the Alliance Truck Group as you see the KZRV replay.
No doubt about it on that one as Parker Janes heads to the free throw line. That replay brought to you by KZRV. Shipshewana-based KZ Recreational Vehicles is proud to support athletics in northern Indiana. KZ, a top RV manufacturer, is built on foundation of integrity and family culture. Work for KZ and drive home with a sense of belonging, pride, and a great career.
They put the foul on Camden Clausen instead of Richmond as James drains both free throws. The running back from the football team comes up with 2 that time, and it's a 1-point Columbia City lead late in the first period. The Eagles showing great ball movement. This is similar to the kind of offense we used to see Matt Schaus run when he was the head coach at Jimtown. Marshall with a nice drive, has to kick it back outside, and 3 for Deckman is short. Scholl collects another carom, but lost the handle. Here's Richmond with the stop.
Well, you got your early contender for the Big C Lumber big play of the game there. What an effort by Landon Richmond, the steal and the slam.
Scholl comes right back down and sticks a deuce over Deckman.
Very entertaining first quarter, brought to you by Southwind Flooring, who is proud to support tonight's broadcast. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southwindflooring.com. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams.
Marshall trying to control the ball by half court. Ball poked away. Everly able to get it back, and now a foul called on James, and then a big push from Everly at the end of the play, but I don't think there's going to be anything against him.
Here's the replay brought to you by KZRV. There was the push-off late, but they're going to call the foul before that.
Foul called on Parker James, his first, and the first on Northridge. Thad Campbell will check back into the lineup, take the place of Hayden Johnson as they do a little defense for offense substitution here.
James not adverse to getting physical on the court if need be.
Nice pass down low to Marshall. He kicks it outside. Camden Clausen's 3 finds a home. It's sponsored by Bowen Health, his 14th three-pointer of the season. Campbell in a hurry, throws it up, but it won't go. What an entertaining quarter of basketball. And the Eagle faithful who've made the trip to Middlebury get on the feet for the visiting team as Columbia City leads at 19-15 after 1 on Sports Michiana.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union and told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Craig Heatherly with the Patrick Sideline Report. What caught your attention in the first 8 minutes?
Yeah, these are 2 well-coached teams. No surprise why there's a combined record of 36-4. You saw 4 turnovers there in that first quarter. These guys are playing really well together. They're disciplined on the offensive end, the defensive end. The ball's moving, players are moving, and you're seeing the score move.
Second quarter being brought to us by our friends at the St. Joseph County Police Department.
Thank you to Tire Rack, the scoreboard sponsor for the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. When it's time for new tires, go to TireRack.com. There are easy-to-use shopping tools that will guide you to the right tires. Ship fast and free, and backed by free road hazard protection. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Craig mentioned the ball movement and the player movement. You can really see it if you just pay attention here to Columbia City during their offensive sets. It is freewheeling, and they almost always get somebody open. Here's the shot by Deckman that's partially blocked. And Scholl will bring it up the floor. A little behind the back that time for the Northridge big man.
You know, they often talk about teams with players that know where their teammates are going to be. That's the case for both of these teams.
Look at Scholl work the offensive glass. He gets undercut, and he'll go to the line for two.
Free throws coming up, brought to you by Alliance Truck Group. As you take a look at the replay, brought to you by KZRV, as Scholl gives himself the opportunity to get to the free throw line as he's fouled on the play after the rebound.
Josh Epperly called for his second foul there.
West on Warren cheers on the Raiders. West on Warren is dedicated to bringing your delicious dishes crafted from fresh, locally sourced ingredients. Now open on Mondays. Enjoy lunch or dinner at West on Warren in Middlebury.
Brady Scholl at the foul line taking free throws sponsored by the Alliance Truck Group. As you see, Josh Epperly headed to the bench after he had a conversation with the official. Scholl on the year, a 65% foul shooter. And he hits the second. 7 points tonight to lead the Raiders. It's down to a 3-point game.
At Bowen Health, they make it convenient to take care of both your mind and body, regardless of your ability to pay. To see their full list of services and providers or to schedule an appointment, visit bowenhealth.org. Mind, body, Bowen.
Ian St. John, the sophomore point guard, with a rare mistake there. As you see, Freeman Schleybaugh now in the game for Northridge. Here's the handoff to Jake Scholl. He'll kick it back outside for Hayden Johnson. Johnson drives the baseline, blocked from behind, but they're going to send him to the foul line. Do they call the foul here on Marshall or Richmond? It's going to be on Marshall, his first.
Free throws coming up, brought to you by Alliance Truck Group. Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Hayden Johnson, 73% foul shooter. Knocks down both. He now has 7. And the Eagle lead is down to 1. One of the interesting things in talking to Johnson and Scholl this week for Northridge, neither one of them is going to be considered the life of the party. They're not extroverts by any means, but as seniors they have found that they've had to be leaders, and there's a senior leader for Columbia City stepping up, and Trey Deckman, who now has 5.
Both teams with players that have been around quite a while.
Ooh, there's a pass that went off the shoulder of Marshall and out of bounds. And Northridge retains possession.
Broncos Restaurant and Lounge is conveniently located across the street from Northridge High School. Since 1964, Broncos has been serving generations of families with their award-winning pizza, sandwiches, and pasta. Thank you, Broncos, for feeding our crew tonight. It was so conveniently located that we got it over here, and it was still very, very hot.
Piping hot. Brady Scholl trying to back down. Deckman shoots over him and hits. Scholl now with 9. He's in a string of 10 straight games where he has scored more than 20 points. And the 9 points tonight puts him over 500 points for the season. He's only the 4th player in Northridge history to do that, as we've got a foul on the floor called against the Raiders.
Patients trust OSMC because they deliver more than treatment. They provide care that's accessible, high quality, and transparent. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit OSMC.com or their Ortho Care Walk-In Clinic in Granger off University Drive.
Carson Rumfeld checks back into the game for Northridge. The foul was called on Hayden Johnson. Great inbounds pass from Deckman, but Marshall could not convert. Schleybaugh comes the other way for Northridge. Johnson, step back 3. That's off the mark, and Scholl knocked the ball out of bounds.
Just like your team needs the right game plan, your home needs the right water solution. Call Hawkins Water Tech today and find the perfect treatment solutions for your home. Hawkins Water Tech, your local water experts and proud supporters of Raider basketball. Go Northridge.
You saw Matt Schaus over there on the Columbia City bench, a Bethel alum. Happy man after the Pilots knocked off Grace earlier this week. Landon Richmond spinning and winning. Richmond now with 10. He's committed to play at Huntington University. This game full of Crossroads League players. There's a 3 by Hayden Gorball. It's sponsored by Springer Dental Care. Gorball's 18th three-pointer of the season ties it at 23.
What a game we have. It has lived up to the billing.
High-level basketball being played here in Middlebury tonight. Richmond tries to answer and can't. The rebound knocked away by Marshall, though. Great effort on the boards. He put it up and in. That's just tenacity by Owen Marshall that time.
He went into traffic and still was able to make the basket against 3 defenders.
Scholl with the bucket and the bump.
And Northridge, all they got to do is turn to the big man inside. Here's Brady Scholl in the KZRV replay. Goes inside, gets fouled, makes the shot. Now is a chance for the three-point play. The free throw brought to you by Alliance Truck Group.
They have 30 on the board as the foul call, but there's no 30 out there. I have to think the foul is on Deckman, 20. Scholl at the line, hits the free throw. And the Raiders are back on top for the first time in the second quarter. And we've got a problem at the scorers table, so they'll call over the official. They want to figure out who that last foul was on.
Want to help your team look great? It's Tops Can Help. They are the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana. And they can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net. They do change it to, they switched it back and forth. It looked like for a second they had switched it to Deckman.
Well, I think they had to reset the board there with putting 30 to 0 fouls. So, little technical thing on the scoreboard, but we caught it for you. Columbia City down 1 with the ball. They will close with a pair of home games in the regular season, facing Lures and Concordia. And Trey Deckman saw it bounce twice, but it came up and it hit the supports above the basket, so the ball will go out of bounds to Northridge.
Looking to buy or sell a home? McKinnis Realty is where service comes first. Family and veteran-owned. They proudly serve our community heroes through the Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more on McKinnisRealty.com.
Owen Marshall with the steal and score. And then we've got a whistle and a technical foul. Is this going to be a technical for hanging on the rim on Owen Marshall?
I don't like this rule. I'm not saying I'm blaming the officials for calling it. I'm not sure I like the rule. Because, look, he's worried about the player underneath him. As you see the replay brought to you by KZRV.
So a technical foul called on Owen Marshall for swinging on the rim. And that will give Northridge the chance to shoot a free throw here. Matt Schaus wants to know exactly what Marshall was supposed to do there. The discussion ensues, and the official encouraging Schaus to go back to the bench.
Yeah, I think by the letter of the law, they're probably calling it correctly. I just don't really like the rule because you're putting someone in danger. Matt Schaus is getting real fired up here.
And Schaus still jawing with the official. You know, he comes from a coaching family. His dad was the head coach at Centerville when he and his brother, who is also a head coach at Kokomo, won a sectional as players. And so I'm sure he saw Dad go ahead an official or two back in the day.
While they're discussing, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Utilize their Elevate tools to help raise funds and drive your mission. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
It is a rather lengthy discussion at this point.
By the way, if they were to reverse the call here, then you'll see Scott Radiker go crazy. Here's another replay brought to you by KZRV underneath the camera as you take a look at it.
The other two officials getting between Schaus and the one who called the technical, which that in itself is a good piece of officiating. Craig Heatherly, you're down on the sidelines. You were down by where that dunk happened. What did you see happen?
Yeah, I saw what you guys saw. I mean, there was a lot of momentum on that dunk. He was swinging. I don't think it was excessive. We should be playing on. But one thing that happened there, which was really interesting, was one of the referees, I believe after number 4's frustration, gave him a technical. I don't think he realized that he already just received a technical.
Oh.
Yeah.
So 2 technicals?
No, I think they talked about it, and he didn't get the second one. I don't think he knew about the first one.
Well, he's listed as 3 fouls up on the board.
Yeah, well, and if he had 2 technicals,
he'd be out of the game.
He'd be out of the game. So
Correct.
we have to wait and see how this is adjudicated.
So maybe that's what the conversation's about whether or not they're going to still give him the second technical.
Well, Marshall is coming out, and we'll have to get word as to what happens to Owen Marshall. He's seated on the bench, so that would be a sign that he's sticking around. Meanwhile, Hayden Johnson at the foul line misses the first. And we'll see what happens on the second, and then Northridge, who would have had possession anyway, will get the ball. The free throw sponsored by Alliance Truck Group, and perhaps the ball knew about justice. So apparently there are 2 technicals here because he continues to shoot. And that one finds a home. He'll get one more.
I mean, I know we saw this multiple times. So it was Marshall with the dunk originally.
Yes.
So if he had 2, if it was 2 technicals, unless they called one as a team technical. And now you understand what maybe Matt Schaus was arguing about. Like, how did you give us 2 technicals?
Well, now we have a Columbia City fan who I believe is being removed from the premises. So it gets a little dicey here at Jayco Arena. Raiders up by 1 with 3:50 to go here in the first half as the inbounds pass comes to Scholl. Schleybaugh down to Scholl, trying to work the baseline. Scholl working on Deckman, hits. Scholl with 14 in the first half. What should not get lost here is the fact that Scholl and Richmond have had a really good battle going on here tonight.
And these 2 teams have had an excellent battle going on as well.
But now Marshall's out of the game, Columbia City's number 2 player. How do the Eagles handle this? Richmond trying to back down Scholl. Oh, a beautiful pass. Eberle couldn't connect. And the rebound tipped out to Johnson. Here comes Jake Scholl on the run for 2. Hayden Gorball. Hayden Gorball for 2, and a timeout called by Matt Schaus. We'll take it as well. It's sponsored by Parkview Sports Medicine. 2:58 to go first half. Raiders by 5 on Sports Michiana.
Some say hustle and heart don't mix. But at Patrick, we prove otherwise every day. We're bold in our ambition and grounded in respect. Here, leadership is a mindset, and every voice matters. Built on integrity, fueled by collaboration, and united by purpose, we're stronger together. This is Patrick. We are better together.
You don't always see the backbone of American products. You feel it. Ferret is where smart work meets hard work. We serve the USA by manufacturing purpose-built metal components that solve the problems others walk past. And we put in the work that makes 4th and Long feel like 1st and Goal. Calling all engineers and makers, past, present, and future. Your next career move begins at Ferret.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance, uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. Okay, let's get the pressing answer to the question from Craig Heatherly.
Yeah, exactly what I thought. Owen Marshall received 2 technical fouls on that play, one for hanging on the rim, the other one for displaying frustration clearly, which rightfully so. He's out of the game.
Wow. That is a huge blow for the Eagles in this one and certainly changes the tenor of this contest.
Well, and now you know why the conversation was as long as it was. It's one thing to argue the point about the hanging on the rim. The extent of the argument was, dude, you just ejected my player from the game with a double technical.
And that explains the ferocity of the argument. Meanwhile, Brady Scholl continues to go unfettered to the hoop. He's got 16. Raiders by 7. And a kick there by Schleybaugh.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreation experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the court.
Tyler Waybright wearing number 12 in the game now for Columbia City. And he gets the pass from Deckman. Eberle finds Deckman. He'll slice into the paint. And Deckman with a great feed to Eberle, but he throws it away. Schleybaugh gets the steal. Scholl on the outside trying to go to work on Landon Richmond. Had to kick it away. Raiders have built a 7-point lead here in the late stages of the first half. And Columbia City playing without one of its two best players. Scholl's three is off the mark, but the rebound tipped out to Scholl, who powers in for two. What a terrific play that time. I think it was Rumfelt who tipped the ball out to Scholl. Carson Rumfelt with a heads-up play. You'll see it again on the KZRV replay.
Scholl driving in there and gets the bucket. Now substitution here for Columbia City. Farrah Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support at Farrah Custom Roll Forming. We form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Here's Richmond, kicks it back outside. Good head and shoulder fake that time, found Richmond down on the block, and he powers up. Couldn't get it to go, but he'll go to the line for two. Drew the foul on Gorbel.
Hey, proud Nana and Papa, Mary and Sam Ruley, congratulate their grandson, Hayden Johnson, on being tonight's Student Athlete of the Week. Check out Ruley's on 17 or the Ruley's on Wheels food truck for graduations and weddings. Go Raiders.
Landon Richmond, only a 59% foul shooter, misses the first. Comes from a basketball family. His dad played at Columbia City, then at Grace. In fact, the Warsaw coach, Matt Moore, was the best man in his dad's wedding. Richmond hits the free throw there. He's got 11.
But despite Landon Richmond's strong ties to Grace,
he decided to go to Huntington. Apparently didn't mind being the black sheep of the family.
Mom teaches there. Sister goes there, I believe, at the moment.
We got bodies hitting the floor. St. John kicks it back outside. Deckman working against this 3-2 zone of Northridge. Now here's St. John from the baseline, a little too strong. Scholl gets another rebound, and he's off to the races. Threw it off a couple of hips, and it got kicked, and it'll stay with Northridge.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive, we're here for all your automotive needs.
10.5 seconds left in this first half. Northridge obviously holding for the last shot. Scholl over Deckman, cannot hit. The rebound comes to Landon Richmond, and the first half comes to an end with Northridge on top of Columbia City, 36-28, down to Craig Heatherly for a Patrick sideline report.
Coach, you are up 8 points right now here at half. Scholl's got 17 points. I mean, what do you like about your team on the offensive end?
Well, you know, once we settled down and moved the ball a little bit and didn't take quick contested shots, we were fine on offense. We got to keep playing through Brady. He's going to pass it if he's not guarded. If he's double teamed, he'll get rid of it. But right now, they're having trouble guarding. We got to keep going to it.
In the second quarter there, you switched to zone midway through. Defensively, what's the message to the team?
Well, you know, we played hard in that zone. You know, it's not a sit back and relax zone. They got guys that can shoot it. We got to get out and guard the arc like we did there the last few possessions in our zone, and we'll be fine.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
When we return, it's our Ferret Custom Roll Forming halftime report featuring our Tom's Car Care Center highlights. 36-28 Northridge at the intermission on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Is this local hometown insurance?
Yes, sir. It was local hometown insurance until about 5 minutes ago. We've just been acquired by Big Web Private Equity Insurance.
Wait, what happened to my agent? I've been dealing with him for years.
Well, looks like we just got bought again. We're now Big Artificial Intelligence Insurance. And I've just been named the CEO. Long live the algorithm, baby.
What?
Feel like your insurance is getting more robotic by the day? Call Liliart Insurance. Real people, local office.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done.
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. We welcome you to the Ferret Custom Roll Forming halftime show. And inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth, Chuck Freeby and Angelo Carlo high above the fray. Wild first half.
It was great play on the court, and then a tough situation. You get a double technical that really has changed the momentum of this game. It was a 1-point game pretty much the entire way, and now it's an 8-point lead for Northridge, and all of it swinging on Owen Marshall's double technical that results him being out of the game.
Let's show you how it got to be this way on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights. And we find that Hayden Johnson got things rolling for Northridge with a three-pointer there. And then when Brady Scholl was able to go inside, the Raiders had the early lead. But Landon Richmond would bring the Columbia City Eagles back. First, he takes a nice feed from Owen Marshall here and lays it in. And then it's the steal and the dunk by Richmond, and the Eagles would take the lead. Marshall was tenacious on the inside, got this rebound, went up strong for two. Scholl was battling at the other end. He gets the end one right here. And then this is probably going to be the Big C Lumber play of the game. And it would be for the steal and the dunk, but hanging on the rim was one technical, and then the frustration of getting a technical got Owen Marshall his second. Carson Rumfelt with a great tip to Brady Scholl there. Scholl had 18 points in the first half. Northridge leads at 36-28. It is a big night of basketball on both sides of the state line. We'll get you up to date with the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard when we come back on Sports Michiana.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
Now's the perfect time to lock in speed and savings from Surf Internet. Get fast fiber internet with free professional installation, starting at just $30 per month with AutoPay. Plus, lock in your low price for life with no contracts. Visit surfinternet.com today.
Now's the time to get fiber fast internet as low as $30 per month with AutoPay and free professional installation. Lock in speed and savings from Surf Internet. Enjoy fast fiber internet, no contracts, and a price lock for life. Visit surfinternet.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by McInnes Realty. It's realty with a purpose. That's Doug Springer. His Northridge girls basketball team will play in the semi-state tomorrow morning. Good luck to the Lady Raiders. By the way, 4 players on this boys team have sisters on that regional championship girls team. There you see some of the girls taking in the action here. As we get you ready to go around the area with the McInnes Realty scoreboard, a couple of girls finals from up in Michigan. Sturgis beat Three Rivers 56-39. Michigan Lutheran over Our Lady of the Lake 38-29. And Vicksburg down to Edwardsburg 23-19. On the court in Indiana, on the boys' side, St. Joe leads New Prairie 81-26 in the fourth. Westview on top of Goshen 50-36 on the fourth. Westview looking for its 20th win of the year. Elkhart leads South Bend Washington at halftime 28-23. Concord on top of Bremen 27-18 at the half. We'll have the Lions next Tuesday night on Sports Michiana. At half, Trinity leads Bethany Christian 22-13. Winnemac over Pioneer 35-11. Michigan Lutheran leads Our Lady of the Lake 30-26 in Michigan. Halftime at the Palace, Riley leads Penn 28-26. And in the second quarter, Peru on top of Rochester 13-7. Here it's 36-28 in favor of Northridge. When we come back, we'll check in with Greg Heatherly and have second half play-by-play. It's all next on Sports Michiana.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Why is Babsco the premier electrical distributor? Because they have breakers, boxes, switches, resets, clamps, tapes, relays, covers, timers, batteries, wires, labels, ballast, heat-shrink, fixtures, plugs, tubing, lamps, load centers, and conduit. You can do it with Babsco Supply. With 2 locations in Elkhart and Warsaw. Visit Babsco.com. Babsco Supply, where they have everything.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. We put Craig Heatherly in charge of sideline reports. That's Matt Schaus, the Columbia City coach. What did he have to say at the break, Craig?
Yeah, it was all built around how did he keep the basketball out of Scholl's hands. Make his catches very difficult. He's going to do some different things to try and get the ball out of his hands, but he likes his team defensively, how they're contesting his shots. Harder contests, make it tougher for him to catch the ball, and then look to see them doing things differently, potentially some double teams is what I gathered in that conversation.
All right, thank you very much, Craig. Matt Schaus looking ahead instead of looking back in that halftime interview, and you can understand why. There's nothing he can do about what happened in the first half. They want to try to control Scholl here in the second. They force him to kick it out to Schleybaugh for three, and the shot is short. Tipped outside, though, and it goes out of bounds off Northridge. It'll be Columbia City ball.
But again, if you're just tuning in, Owen Marshall, the 6'4 senior who averages 13.5 points per game, is out of the game for Columbia City due to a double technical that was assessed to him after hanging on the rim and what they called excessive celebration apparently afterwards. So big blow here for Columbia City, their second leading scorer on the team, out for the game.
And Landon Richmond tried to kick it outside and threw it away. Northridge comes the other way. Hayden Johnson. He scored 9 points in that first half. Here's a three by Gorball that's off the mark, but an offensive rebound by Scholl. And a blocking foul is called on Trey Deckman, and that's not going to endear the officials to the Columbia City crowd.
Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family owned for over 100 years. They know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and their knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture of caring can make at Big C Lumber.
Gorball with a beautiful cut to the basket that time, and he has 9 tonight. The junior only averaging 7 per game. Ian St. John for 3, that's short. Eberly collects the loose change for Columbia City. St. John kicks it outside. Here's Clausen for 3. It's sponsored by Bowen Health, and Camden Clausen, the sixth man who says he patterns his game after LaMelo Ball, knocks down his second 3 of the night.
That was a much-needed 3 in multiple ways. The lead had grown to 10. And then also, they had not hit a 3 in a while. They had a couple early threes, but had not hit one since the first quarter.
Scholl missed the second opportunity, but there was Gorball to collect another offensive rebound. Scholl in strong, missed another shot, but Northridge controlling the glass. That was one of the keys for Columbia City, is to try to make Northridge one and done. They certainly didn't do it on this possession, and yet they'll survive anyway. A held ball is called, and the alternating possession goes to Columbia City.
Well, another thing they lose with Marshall out of the game is someone who averages 4.6 rebounds per game and is a 6'4 guy who can help battle inside. Springer Dental Care, voted best dental provider in Elkhart County. Get back on track with all your dental needs. Schedule your next visit at one of their 6 locations. Check them out at springerdentalcare.com. Go Northridge.
St. John down to Deckman in the corner. And Deckman throws it into the backcourt, and an over and back is called.
The athletic journey looks a little different for everyone. Whether you want to gain a competitive edge or just get healthy enough to play sports, you can count on PSM. From treatment to training, it's all about you. Get more information or schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com.
Hayden Johnson holds the ball on the outside. Down to Scholl, beautiful lob for 2. Scholl now with 20, his 11th straight 20-point game. Meanwhile, a 3 in the corner, but Eberly misfires. He missed everything that time. Richmond underneath had it blocked by Scholl. Here comes Johnson, lost it out of bounds. Columbia City gets it back.
Scholl's 4th block of the game. Take a look at the replay, brought to you by KZRV. Nice pass inside, and Scholl, not even setting his feet, catches it and makes the shot while airborne.
Scholl is 4th on the Northridge all-time scoring list, and he's got Nate Ritchie at number 3 in his sights, just about 50 points away now. Richmond trying to drive on Scholl, and that got volleyball spiked. 5 block shots for Scholl. Johnson at the other end, fouled by Eberly.
Free throws coming up, brought to you by West on Warren. And we want to thank Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
Hayden Johnson now in double figures with 10 points as Thad Campbell and Jake Scholl will check back in here for Northridge. Hayden, a young man, as you heard in that Tony Letcher interview at the beginning of the game, 4.1 GPA. He received an IHSA Sportsmanship Award for his conduct on the floor during their game with Wawasee a couple of weeks ago. Raiders with their biggest lead of the night at 11. St. John, that got rejected. Scholl having a block party. Ooh. He's got 6. And then we've got Northridge bodies flying out of bounds as Jake Scholl took a tumble.
Yeah, Jake Scholl hit the railing hard. Good to see him up. Hopefully he's okay. You could hear that thump all the way from up here, and we're on the opposite side of the court.
Inbounds pass to Landon Richmond. He puts it up, and then a timeout called by Matt Schaus. It's sponsored by Parkview Sports Medicine. 4:40 to go in the third. Raiders by 9 on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Patrick. They've been empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. That's Scott Radiker on the Northridge bench in his 8th season at the helm here. 361 career wins.
Alliance Truck Group in LaGrange says, Go Raiders. ATG is a family-owned company that specializes in building sleepers for all types of trucks, customizing them to the needs of each customer. Check out Alliance Truck Group at trucksleeper.com.
Hayden Johnson was stuffed on the way up. A held ball is called, and Northridge gets the alternating possession.
Southland Flooring is proud to support tonight's broadcast. Visit their showroom located in Shipshewana or online at southlandflooring.com. Southland Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dreams.
Scholl, the offense goes through him, and then Landon Richmond with a block. I don't know if they said he got him with the body or Ian St. John is guilty of the foul. They're going to call it on Richmond. You're going to get another look here on KZRV, and I don't know about that one.
We'd have to go with the super slow mode and maybe see a hand underneath if that would be the case. Didn't look on the replay that the hand that actually made the block committed any form of a foul.
Thad Campbell, just a 33% free throw shooter, but he gets that one to go for his first point of the night.
Free throws brought to you by West on Warren. That last replay brought to you by KZRV, and Shipshewana-based KZ Recreational Vehicles is proud to support athletics in northern Indiana. KZ, a top RV manufacturer, is built on the foundation of integrity and family culture. Work for KZ and drive home with a sense of belonging, pride, and a great career.
And a whistle. And a Columbia City fan is getting into it with one of the officials. And being warned. And now a fan came out and accosted the official, and she, because she laid her hands on the official, is going to be removed by security. Columbia City maintains possession of the basketball. Ian St. John. Now here's Trey Deckman. Landon Richmond trying to go one-on-one against Brady Scholl. Kicks it back outside. Eagles taking their time here, trying to get a good shot. It's Richmond again working on Scholl. Right-hand jumper finds a home. Richmond has played a fine game tonight. He's got 15. But the Eagles have a 9-point hole to dig out of here midway through the third. Campbell tried to turn the corner. Eberle was right there. Scholl. Deckman blocked his shot, and then a foul is called on a reach-in here. I think that's going to go on Richmond.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by KZRV. Clean block. And then on the reach-in, they're going to call the foul.
So Brady Scholl goes to the free throw line. One of 7 kids in the Scholl family. He misses the free throw. And Columbia City will go to the bench. Braden Elkins will check into the lineup. He's a 6'1 junior.
Free throws brought to you by West on Warren.
Scholl an all NLC selection the last 2 years. Certainly will be this year as he knocks that one down. Does Columbia City have a run in it? With one of its best players not able to go in the rest of the game in this one. Owen Marshall removed because of 2 technicals. St. John wanted to pull the trigger, but Carson Rumfeldt was right there. Richmond, not much of a three-point shooter. He's only taken 7 this year, but he's playing outside the arc. Nice drive by St. John, but he couldn't convert. Hayden Johnson gets the rebound for Northridge.
That was a tough one for Columbia City, and then back the other way. Hayden Johnson with a three-pointer brought to you by Springer Dental Care. What a swing. It could have been an 8-point game with a good layup on the one side. Instead, they miss it, and then Hayden Johnson hits the three, and suddenly a 13-point lead here for Northridge. 14
points now for Hayden Johnson. A foul called here on Scholl, but you'll get another look at the Johnson trifecta from KZRV. Remember, he had 9 of those on Tuesday night in the win over Lakeland.
That was deep.
Nice cut that time by Clausen, but he couldn't get it to go, and a foul is called on Northridge. Foul's going to be called here on, I believe, Hayden Johnson. That'll be his second. As you take a look at Matt Schaus in front of the Columbia City bench in his 6th year at Columbia City with 90 wins there. He's got a nice 6th man here in Camden Clausen, who has 7 points tonight. He's a 77% free throw shooter on the year. You see Hayden Gorball come back into the game here for Northridge.
Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you need, Tire Rack makes it easy. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Scholl, and Columbia City with a chance to make this a big point possession here. Richmond takes the inbound pass. Rumfeldt guarding him. Now Deckman for 3. That's short. And the rebound collected by Scholl. Boy, did he get off the ground to get that one. Two minutes left in the third. Northridge looking for its 20th win of the season. Scholl down on the block. Deckman trying to defend him and did a good job. Gets the rebound. Long pass ahead to Richmond. He goes in strong. Didn't hit the first time. He got it the second with the foul for Scholl.
Great extra effort by Columbia City there. And Richmond, as you can see, gets his own rebound over Scholl. Gets it up, and this time gets the foul. And now a chance to get the three-point play. They had an opportunity in the last possession for a three-pointer. It did not go. And now maybe to get it finally under 10 points for the first time in a little bit.
Parker James comes in. Carson Rumfeldt goes out for Northridge. Richmond at the line. We told you about his dad having played at Grace. And you can see Landon Richmond using a lot of his dad's moves down on the post. Couldn't hit the free throw there, and James gets the rebound. His dad, Dave, doesn't say that Landon's a better offensive player than he was, but he does say Landon's a much better defensive player than Dave ever was.
Doesn't want to give up that offensive prowess.
We've got a whistle and a timeout called by Scott Radiker. It's sponsored by Parkview Sports Medicine. 1:27 to go in the third. Northridge on top by 10 on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. Tire Rack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time.
I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless. Columbia City trailing by 10. Northridge has the ball with 1:27 to go here in the third. Freeman Schleybaugh in the game, and the Raiders look like they want to hold to force Columbia City out of what had originally set up as a 3-2 zone. You know, we said early on both teams were going to be exposed a little bit tonight. They were going to see what their weaknesses were and what their strengths are. And I'll be really curious when we check in with Craig Heatherly at the end of the third what he's seen in that area tonight, because in my mind, these are two teams that can both make long turning runs.
Well, the one test certainly for Columbia City appears to be, how do they play without Owen Marshall?
And really, they haven't played poorly without him. You can tell, obviously, their offense isn't as functional as it was when he was in the game. But defensively, they seem to be holding their own. The one area where they miss him the most is probably the rebound.
Well, and one of the factors was the score ballooned to 8 points pretty quickly after he left. You had the technical foul shots, but then, they just had to adjust real quick, the emotions of the situation. After that, it's only been a 2-point difference.
Yeah, it was an 8-point Northridge lead at the half. It's a 10-point lead right now, and Landon Richmond kicks it outside.
But when he went out of the game, it was a 1-point game.
I think the emotion of that moment probably clouded Columbia City as much as anything.
I agree. Yep.
And Northridge is a good team. I mean, especially here at Jayco Arena, where they're 17-1 since this place opened up 2 years ago. Raiders hold for the last shot here in the third. Oh, guess who takes it? Brady Scholl now with 23, and the quarter comes to an end. Northridge trying to get to back-to-back 20-win seasons for the first time in school history. Leads at 50-38 after 3 on Sports Michiana.
Is this local hometown insurance?
Yes, sir. It was local hometown insurance until about 5 minutes ago. We've just been acquired by Big Web Private Equity Insurance.
Wait, what happened to my agent? I've been dealing with him for years.
Well, looks like we just got bought again. We're now Big Artificial Intelligence Insurance. And I've just been named the CEO. Long live the algorithm, baby.
What?
Feel like your insurance is getting more robotic by the day? Call Lilliard Insurance. Real people, local office.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company, where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
The Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you in part by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. Real people, real service, real value. Down for a real Patrick Sideline report. Craig Heatherly, we talked about strengths and weaknesses for these teams. What have you seen through three quarters?
I mentioned it after the first quarter. Both of these teams are extremely well coached on both sides of the ball. I've been impressed from that regard. These guys are very connected. They play through the post, both sides for both teams. They know that that's their strengths, and then if they can't play through the post, they've got a lot of player movement off the ball to create opportunities around the basket. But the X factor is Brady Scholl. I mean, this kid, I'm really impressed with his demeanor, his skill set on both sides of the ball. He shoots it, he can drive it, and he plays hard defensively.
6 block shots tonight for Scholl, but there's a nice cut inside. Trey Deckman missed the shot, though. And the rebound out of bounds, it'll go to Columbia City. The fourth quarter tonight being brought to us by our friends at Hawkins Water Tech.
And at Bowen Health, they make it convenient to take care of both your mind and body, regardless of your ability to pay. To see their full list of services and providers or to schedule an appointment, visit bowenhealth.org. Mind, body, Bowen.
Columbia City trying to get its offense untracked against this pesky Northridge defense. Scholl knocked that ball out of bounds. Northridge gets a lot of credit for its offense. They score 62 points a game, but they're only giving up 46 points a game defensively, and they've done a nice job of holding the Eagles in check tonight, although certainly the outcome of this one a little bit tainted with the double technicals on Marshall and the controversy that ensued from that. And when I say that, I'm not blaming Owen Marshall, by the way. Let me make that perfectly clear.
I think we've made our opinion as diplomatically clear as possible.
Freeman Schleybaugh handles it up top. Schleybaugh down to Scholl, working over Deckman. Right hand home. 25 now for Scholl. That's his average. Committed to play at Indiana Wesleyan. They've got a big game with Bethel tomorrow night down in Marion.
Steve Draven, we saw moments ago in the house, the head coach of the Bethel Pilots.
3 on the way for Josh Eberly, finds a home. It's sponsored by Bowen Health, and a timeout called by Columbia City, sponsored by Parkview Sports Medicine. 6:38 to go. Northridge by 11 on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Babsco. They're your trusted electrical distributor.
Our second half free throws here tonight brought to you by West on Warren. Head to West on Warren in Middlebury for a unique dining experience where good friends gather and memories are made. West on Warren is now open on Mondays through Saturday. Make your reservation today. Go Raiders.
Top 10 showdown here tonight. Top 10 showdown Tuesday night on Sports Michiana. We go down to the Lions Den and check out Bremen team that's struggling with Concord tonight. They'll get a visit from Triton in a key tune-up for both teams before tournament action begins. We'll have it for you with a 7:30 tip-off on your home for high school sports, Sports Michiana.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns and professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Carson Rumfeld holds it outside for Northridge, one of the quarterbacks from the football team. Gets it to Brady Scholl, and Deckman doing his best to defend him tonight. Knocks it out of bounds.
Well, Chuck, we have a reason why Bremen is struggling against Concord. Ken Fox of the Elkhart Truth reporting Chase Devine is not playing. He is homesick. And he is a fantastic player. So, Chase, get better because we would love to see you on Tuesday night.
He is their leading scorer, and that will certainly affect things for the Lions. Scholl powers inside, misses the shot, and the rebound gathered in by St. John. Richmond had it bounce between his legs, and then Scholl poked it away.
Different type of players, but the way Brady Scholl dominates for Northridge is the way Chase Devine, everything runs through him at Bremen.
Well, they're both 1,000-point scorers in their career. And yes, if Scholl weren't playing tonight, this would be a much different game for Northridge.
Broncos Restaurant and Lounge is conveniently located across the street from Northridge High School since 1964. Broncos has been serving generations of families with their award-winning pizza, sandwiches, and pasta. Thank you to Broncos for feeding our crew this evening.
Hayden Johnson just got called for his 4th foul, and he'll check out. You see Thad Campbell checking in. You saw that sleeve on Campbell. He injured his shoulder diving for a ball in the Brownsburg game earlier this year. He's hoping it will not require surgery after the season. Great pass from Campbell. Rumfeld collects it, but then throws it away. And to be fair, the Rumfeld had to go sprawling to make that catch. Richmond banging against Scholl, cannot convert. And the rebound comes to Gorball. St. John just a little slow going for the steal that time. And now let's see if Northridge tries to work some clock with its possessions. Schlabaugh's not interested in that, but he collects a foul on Josh Eberle. And for Eberle, that's his 4th. Freeman Schlabaugh, 75% free throw shooter, will take free throws sponsored by West on Warren. Real steady ball handler for this Northridge team. Missed the first. He has a marvelous 3.8 assist to turnover ratio. So for every turnover he makes almost 4 assists.
At OSMC, you're not just treated, you're cared for. Got it from diagnosis through recovery with clarity and trust. Get the care you need when you need it. Visit osmc.com or their OrthoCare walk-in clinic in Granger off University Drive.
Northridge with a 12-point lead. St. John drives but can't score. And then a whistle, and Richmond comes up lame. And boy, oh boy, Columbia City, it goes from bad to worse for the Eagles. They already lost Owen Marshall with technical fouls, and now Landon Richmond looks like he might have some sort of a cramp or a leg problem. And the trainer is going to take him to the locker room.
Well, you hope it's just a cramp. Obviously, that could mean that he's not coming back in this game, but certainly big picture, you hope it's just a cramp.
Northridge, one of the more dominant teams in the area this year. They're up by 12 in this one. They have only had 4 games this season decided by less than 10 points. In fact, over the last 2 seasons, they have played 45 games, and they have had 35 of them be double-digit wins. Borball backs his man down and travels.
Yeah, as we chatted with Scott Radiker pregame, I think he was looking forward to the possibility of having a tight game here to challenge his team, to prepare them for the situations that will arise come playoff time. But unfortunately, again, we keep on harping on it, but it was the story of the game. The double technicals on the slam dunk and against Owen Marshall that resulted in him coming out of the game has led to this game totally swinging in Northridge's favor. It was a 1-point game at that point, got to 8 points at halftime, and it's been between, 9 and 13 pretty much the entire second half.
Scholl with his 7th block of the game. And he comes down to the other end, and he has his shot blocked, but a foul is called on Columbia City. And you'll get another look from KCRV.
Unbelievable job by Brady Scholl as this ball's going to come in and he's going to send it out of here. His 7th block. We aren't counting rebounds here tonight. He's got to have a double-double. He's probably really close to it if he doesn't, but he's closing in on a triple-double with the 7 block shots as he's taking free throws. Brought to you by West on Warren in our 4th quarter tonight. Brought to you by Hawkins Water Tech. Just like your team needs the right game plan, your home needs the right water solution. Call Hawkins Water Tech today and find the perfect treatment solution for your home. Hawkins Water Tech, your local water experts and proud supporters of Raider basketball. Go Raiders.
Parker James with the rebound there after the Scholl miss. 13-point Raider lead. Scholl trying to go strong to the hoop, and he's fouled that time by Braden Elkins. First on Elkins. And that, I believe, is the 3rd foul on Columbia City here in the 4th. Hayden Johnson checking back in for Northridge. Scott Radiker wants to make sure this one gets salted away. Scholl working on Elkins, gets double teamed. Johnson was open quickly. Eberle closed nicely. St. John couldn't get over to steal the pass. James gets loose underneath but misses the shot. And St. John is able to scoop up the rebound. St. John gets around one defender and hits. Ian St. John with his first basket. Timeout sponsored by Parkview Sports Medicine. 3:07 to go. It's still Northridge by 11 on Sports Michiana. This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Tom's Car Care Center, the Waterworks Car Wash, and the Coffee Spot Cafe. 3 great services in one great place. A 11-point Northridge lead here with 3:07 to go. Wawasee picking up an impressive win tonight as they knocked off Fort Wayne South 46-43. Up in Michigan, Lakeshore wins a thriller over St. Joseph 59-55.
The girls-boys doubleheader up there.
We'll have all the scores tonight on our social media pages on the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. James with a nice drive for 2. Parker has 4 tonight.
Richmond is back on the bench, by the way, for Columbia City.
One has to assume that he is not going to return for the final 2:23 of this one.
Sports Michiana's apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops gives you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
St. John, he wanted to pull the trigger on that 3, but he got covered up well by Jake Scholl.
He did an amazing job keeping that foot on the ground.
He sure did. Here's Elkins just missing inside and another rebound for Scholl, and I believe you're right. Here's a guy averaging 25 and 12 for points and rebounds, and you got to think Brady Scholl's in the neighborhood of those numbers again. And Hayden Johnson with the 3, sponsored by Springer Dental Care. Going to send some of the fans for the exits now. 17 for Johnson tonight. He and Scholl have combined for 43.
Which is the point total of Columbia City.
Nice move by Eberle, and Josh is able to get that one to go. Member of the golf team at Columbia City, and he's been above par in his scoring tonight with 8.
I think it's pretty obvious if the guys in the truck aren't aware of who our Reliance player of the game is going to be. It will be one Brady Scholl.
Columbia City on the precipice of its 4th loss of the season. They would go to 17-4, and they have Lures and Concordia coming to the birdcage next week as Eberle drains a 3 there. It's sponsored by Bowen Health, and Josh in double figures tonight with 11. He had 12 points in their win over Northwood. Under a minute to go on the TireRack.com scoreboard. And Jake Scholl is fouled outside by Ian St. John. And Columbia City will go to the bench and get some guys in that normally don't get a lot of playing time. Carter Kaufman and Troy Hartman are coming in. And Mikey Vineker coming in now for Northridge. Scholl comes out to a standing ovation from some of the fans behind the bench. He had 26 tonight. We get into the final 30 seconds of this one at Jayco Arena. And for the first time in program history, the Northridge Raiders will post consecutive 20-win seasons. And by the way, playing at home, whether it's this arena or the old Middlebury Madhouse, they will have now won 24 of their last 25. They get better home cooking than the Essen House. Scott Radiker pumped in front of the Raider bench. His team prevails tonight by a final score of 59-48. Stick around, everybody. We will have our Reliance player of the game and our Big C Lumber play of the game. It's all next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection. Sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. Prayer a big part, faith a big part of both of these programs here at Northridge and Columbia City. They have 4 players going to Crossroads League institutions, a college league that has a strong Christian foundation. And so as they wrap up the team prayers, we go downstairs for a Patrick Sideline Report. Our Reliance player of the game is Brady Scholl.
Brady, congratulations on a hard-fought game. You guys had control of this thing since the second quarter. What did it take for you guys to win this game?
I think our defense is great. I think that's what keeps us in most of the big games we play, like Riley Penn, just being able to shut down players. And obviously, Landon hit some tough shots, some tough fadeaways. I got a lot of respect for him. He's a good player, and Owen going out was helpful for us. Obviously, unfortunate for them, but just relying on my teammates the whole game to do their jobs is good. So.
I think he scored 26 points, had about 8 blocks, 10-plus rebounds. I mean, talking to the little kids that are watching this game, what does it take to have a performance like that?
A lot of hard work throughout the years. I remember the first time I played basketball was 4th grade, and I just fell in love with it and worked hard. And off the court, too, weightlifting and strength, agility. So it takes a lot to play high school basketball and then play at the next level, too. It's taxing on your body, and so you got to be in good shape. And, a lot of hard work. So.
This was Northridge's first back-to-back 20-win seasons. As you think about winning a top 10 game like this, what can this do for your team heading into tournament time?
Definitely gives us a lot of confidence. Lost to Goshen, but I think from there we bounced back, won the Kokomo tournament against some good teams, and obviously beat Riley Penn, some other good teams. So it just gives us confidence going into the postseason that we can beat the best teams in the state. So I want to win a sectional bad. I've never done it before, so that's been my goal. So.
Well, I think you guys are well on your way.
Yep.
Congratulations. This is your player of the game, Brady Scholl. Back to you, Chuck.
All right. Thank you very much, Craig Heatherly, for your work tonight.
You know what also helps, by the way? He's 6'7". God-given height also helps. Now, I'm not taking away, obviously, all the hard work he's done, but God-given height helps because some of us were not provided that.
And am I wrong? Have we had now 2 Scholls from different genders as players of the game within 6-day period?
I think it's pretty safe to say that it is maybe, I don't know if there's a brother-sister combination in the state of Indiana. I mean, unbelievable what both of them have done. Best of luck to Lily and the girls team tomorrow in semi-state as well, but unbelievable. But, back-to-back games where we've had the players of the games being Scholl siblings.
Now, our Big C Lumber play of the game. Normally, it's a highlight that everybody can celebrate. It was a great play by Josh Marshall. Owen Marshall, excuse me. Unfortunately for Owen, he was run up for 2 technicals on this play. He gets a steal and a score here. Hangs on the rim. You might say he's trying to avoid contact with the defender, but he gets called for a technical here. And then as he goes down the floor, he would later express some frustration right here. And I think this is where somewhere in here, he starts waving for a second technical.
He eventually starts waving his arms up in the air and to pump up the crowd a little bit. And I think the officials just saw that as a negative. Here it is. He starts waving his arms, but I'm not sure.
In my mind, that does not merit a technical. Technical was assessed. It was his second one. He was ejected from the game, and that really changed the game, and that's why we made it the Big C Lumber play of the game, because it really was the turning point in the game.
Yeah, regardless of your opinion of whether or not the technicals were assessed properly. There's no question it was the turning point of the game, because you're talking about a nail-biter that was back and forth before the technical was called, and afterwards it was all Northridge the rest of the way. They quickly went up by 8 points by the half, and then they kept it between 8 and 12 points for the majority of the game.
So a 59-48 triumph for Northridge. They are now 20-1 on the year. Meanwhile, Columbia City falls to 17-4. Both teams will anxiously await, as many of you will, the tournament pairing draw that comes your way 6 p.m. on Sunday night. It can only be seen on the IHSA Champions Network. Greg Rakestraw always does a great job with that. He'll be back in the anchor chair there, and teams will find out their tournament assignment. As for us, well, we've got one more regular season game to go. But before we go, our thanks to our Sports Michiana crew, who did another marvelous job bringing you this one tonight, led by Gary Martin in the truck, with Tony Beltran directing and Deron Gray handling the replays. And as far as our cameramen were concerned tonight, we've got Matt Kowalski, Chris Skibby, Michael Weens, and Luke McDowell all working hard to make sure that you get the best pictures possible. A reminder, on Tuesday night, we join you from the Lions Den, a battle of teams ranked number 6 in the polls this week. Triton from 1A visits Bremen in 2A, and we'll have it for you with the tip-off right around 7:30. Do hope you'll join us then. Now for my broadcast partners, Craig Heatherly and Angelo Carlo, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final, Northridge 59, Columbia City 48. So long from the middle of Middlebury. Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Barrett Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors. Support us by supporting them.